Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem HaRachak Wadash. The honors be unto the apostles and others that great millstone hold well, and to us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, whole food. Let the push not this word of thought, truth and sincerity. To all you Akamadu say Shalom. I am the Akira. I am coming in with a quick lesson. I'm entitled History Repeats Itself. It's lucky for the background noise. If you hear it, there's a chip running in the background, but regardless of the lesson, I'm going to get it in. And I was meditating on it every decade. So you get news of huge fire crews dying in wildfires, man. Whether you have smoke inhalation, which is a major contributor to, their deaths, or the occasional burnover, But, Spirit immediately brought me back to what you see, what's it called? What'll soon be at hand, right? What's it called? Thermonuclear destruction, which will consume the majority of the global population. And thus saith, what's it called? The Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, as is written in the scriptures. So many scriptures about so many precepts on coming destruction of, Babylon the Great, that northern land. We're in captivity, and, it shall burn by fire and brimstone. But I want to get out the book of Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, verse 9. All right, because again, we're just meditating on the fact that's like a pattern every decade or so. You get those fire crews dying, right? And it's in big groups, right? 16 to 20 people max. Now imagine the entire global population, and that's coming soon, right? So Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, verse 9. And it readeth, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no thing under the sun, right? No thing under the sun. Everything that takes place right now took place back in the ancient world, right? An example, the prophets coming in and out. That's been a constant thing. Generation after generation after generation, right? Captivity and unrighteous decrees, man. Especially now, so with Esau, Edom, and coming in, Revelation the 12th chapter, verse 12, it goes into that, right? So therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the woe meaning death and destruction, right? Lamentation, right? Sorrow be upon you, to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Yeah, even us, man. Even us. Hey, because this time of Jacob's trouble coming soon, where Esau's going to come in hard on these people, man. And but Lord will the elect, and we say preserve, Lord will. But anyways, it goes on to say, for the devil, that devil meaning adversary, referring to this, so-called white man, this crackerjack Esau, Edom, coming down to you having great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time. And that's why he, passed that bill, which will soon become law. You can't say a thing about, the Amalekites, if you will. Because then you'll get, compensated with harsh punishment for that. That's an unrighteous decree right now, because that defies freedom of speech, which has already been a thing for a long time now. That's why you get striked, and that's why we use code words, and this, on YouTube and things of that sort. And shut down and whatnot, ultimately leading to the famine of the word. But regardless of that, going back to the lesson, I'm going to get the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Bear with me. It's in verse 34. It readeth, or I'm mistaken, is it? Yeah, I'm just going to verse 36. That's the point anyways. It reads, but at that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. I want to get this piece of doubt because, we don't know what exact time, because I made the mention how every decade or so, just because, one took place in 2013, and it's 2024, and destruction should happen this year. Well, we don't know at this point, regardless, right? It's written in the scriptures. We don't know when the Lord cometh. We can only expect it to be, hopefully, by, around next year, so, Lord will, right? But that's why I said every decade or so is a key word, man. It's going to come soon. We have thermonuclear destruction, burn over and consume the masses of the people, man. 90% of the populations out there. When we understand the Lord's going to preserve a remnant and elect out of each nation, because we're going to, respawn the heathen out of thin air. No, that's why the scripture's going into how they that drank wormwood should, die, because you have survivors out there that can, surviving, try and hydrate themselves, drinking contaminated water and die, right? The first fruits in the slavery, the nation of Esau will be, you elites out there, man. So obviously it's going to be, 10% of you the 10%ers that, stay alive. But digressing back, I want to get out the book of Zephaniah, the first chapter, verse 3. And it's right into the point it doth read, which is going to what's it called, destruction, right? Actually, verse 2. I'm going to start off with verse 2. And it reads, I will utterly consume all things from out the land, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, right? And that goes to show you how the Lord ain't a player. He ain't on, the Lord does show sympathy, right? He is merciful, right? But the Lord ain't, that's portrayed as the Christian church teaches and whatnot, that he is only a God of love and he'll always forget. No. Hey, the Lord has a balance to this thing. And just like how, that also, going back to the Christian church, that also breaks their doctrine. Why the hell would the Lord cause a flood to consume the majority of people? It's supposedly the God's a power of love. Making no sense, right? Well, that's because the Lord's evil. He literally is evil, but you Christian churches don't got the 100% truth. So yeah, once again, the Lord's gonna destroy the people, right? Like he did back in the ancient world in the antediluvian. Which antediluvian was the time before the flood. So, he killed the masses of the people, saving only 8 souls during the flood, right? And since he promised he wouldn't, and that's the thing about the Lord is not a liar. He never forgets his promises, right? He never breaks his promises like we do. He never broke the covenants like we do. But we have, right? But the Lord promised he wouldn't, flood the earth again, so he's gonna burn with fire this time. It's going to be a lake of fire. So we're going to be flooded with fire. But that's not us. But it reads, I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven and the fishes of the sea. And that's how dark it's going to get, man. That's how down the Lord is, man. Not to the nitty gritty. He's going to, pull up his sleeves. He's not even going to wear gloves, man. He's going to get all bloody. He's going to get, he's going to get down on you. Right? So the fishes of the sea and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, right? So that's what's coming, right? That's future prophecy. As we said, when I get open the book of 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, verse 10. And I can have these dreams about the thermonuclear destruction, right? Most dreams I have, spiritual dreams I have, are just thermonuclear destruction dreams. But the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai be getting beamed up in those dreams. So, that's the case in real life. 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, verse 8, verse 10, Salaki, verse 10, it doth read, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Yeah, because like a thief in the night is unexpected. You're just chilling in your home. You probably have security like cameras and whatnot. You probably have like in the Purge 1, or the Purge in general. You got the in that universe. You have those companies that install those blockades, those futuristic blockades. You press a button and there's like a big old gate that just slowly rolls down. And now you can't go through the door. You can't go through a window. You can't go through the back entrance. You can't break into a home, right? But there's always that. There's always that weak spot in the system, right? In the infrastructure. Where unexpectedly, you got a thief in the night. He steals your jewelry. Then he goes up to you, knocks. Threatens you, telling you where the rest of the goods are at. Then he knocks you out. He walks away like that. Well, that's how the Lord Yahweh Bashim, or that's how the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to be, man. The Lord Yahweh Shai and the host of heaven, which are the angels underneath him. On what? Chariots, man. Which are so-called UFOs. Yahweh Shai was going to be in that fathership. This captivity, all you hear is mothership. No, that's how backwards this place is, man. It's really fatherboard, fathership. Most things are supposed to be masculine, right? Look in Genesis, first chapter, you read about how the grass, the plants, fruit, they're always referred to as his, not her, right? So really he's dominant, supposed to be masculine, is supposed to be dominant, right? So wherefore it's really a fathership. The Yahweh Shai ship is to come down that Yahweh Shai ship. He's gonna blast you to hell, man. And that's gonna be the chariot fire, because simultaneously as the destruction's happening by the thermonuclear missiles, you're gonna have thermonuclear lasers being shot at you from the angels, the chariots, man. So the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Great noise, because listen to you watch those videos of thermonuclear tests. They go with the loud boom, right? You have the destroying wind that takes a second to reach you, and once that destroying wind hits the camera, you could hear that. You have to wait a couple of seconds for you could hear the blast, right? So with the great noise and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Fervent is pretty hot, man. Look at the definition of fervent. It means a passionate intensity. So the thermonuclear missiles, though they're just objects, what's it called, non-sentient objects, the Spirit of the Lord will be upon them. And really, when they explode, it's going to be a passionate thing to the Lord. Like they're, doing the Lord's will. That's what they are. Doing the Lord's will. So they shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Right, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Wherefore we try and conduct ourselves to the best appropriately, into that day, because, going off is a B and a half. It's a bummer, man, right? I just want to do a quick video on that, touching on that subject. History repeats itself. It's going to repeat itself once again. Just like the flood took place, you're going to have a lake of fire take place. Just like how, all these people be burned over in these wildfires. Well, the global population will be burned over by a thermonuclear destruction, which will be caused by chariots and the missiles, man. Right, and just like how, their biggest groups of people, the whole population will be consumed. So I just want to do a quick, quick lesson on that. History repeats itself. And repent while you still can. And anyways, I hope this lesson was edifying. To the next one I do.